We have this wonderful cottage, mostly made out of wood, bit of corrugated steel in there as well. This one give anyone the vibes of Silence of the Lambs on that house where the girl was kept in the well. There's a lock on the door, but the property is not secure. The whole place gives off this eerie vibe. I don't know what it is. This would have been a kitchenette area. Whether they cooked over the fireplace or not, I'm not sure. Fan up there. Loads of books on deep freezing and pressure cooking and pots, and so I wouldn't want a bit of steak like that right now. These are sort of things that I remember my mum having back in the 70s, these cookbooks, etc. Old style blender, the old 2-pin forks in there. We still got one that works at home. It's really good, better than the modern day ones. Old roast beef, OXO, a couple of sauce jars, fish tins opened. More blenders, more bottles, more jars. What's that? Looks like horseradish or something down there. Foil, plum tomatoes. There's a toast rack in there as well. And we have fish, olives, pitted olives. How old are they? Wow. Ambrosia custard, thick bleach. I have to look at the date of one of these. Okay guys, it's a full tin, 79p Devon custard, but I'd imagine your date would have been either here, or it's not on the bottom, so you are not going to work out how old it is. If anyone's got any clue, let us know in the comments. I'd say that's an old tin, it's very old school. Plum tomato tin. Here's something from back in the day. I remember having one of these. See, it's been opened up. It's got the lid there. That'd be on the top there. You'd fill it with usually pound coins, and I think you get about 400 quid out of that back in the day. Pretty cool. Look at that thermometer. Place is a mass of old cobwebs. An old style bathroom. Now I'm going to turn around and say that this was done in the 60s, 70s, because that very cabinet there, which should have a sliding mirror, and it goes exactly the same. We got one of those sitting in our garage back home because we had exactly the same one, which was put in by the council when ours was originally a council property before we purchased it. Sink, bath, Jesus. Didn't expect that. That is a huge hornet. Certainly have to be careful. Don't want to annoy him, that's for sure. Wow, did not expect to see one of them in here. So I think we'll close the door on this little fella. Maybe have a look at it later. Let's go and have a look through here. We have a rather ornate old fireplace. Would have had another surround on that, I'm sure that's gone. A wine bottle, old chocolate tins, biscuit barrels, etc. Sort of getting the shivers down my spine now because that huge hornet. Do not want to mess with him. I dare say he'll come out and fly past us soon. Makes us sound like a crisp packet as he flies past you, rustling. As I said guys, there's no need for this. Look, broken windows. Smaller fireplace there. In places the floor is rotten and fallen through. There's our bird box again if you look out. Paul jumping out of his skin, mind you I am too. Every time that we come past that door slams closed. There's no one else here. It's just the pair of us. And then there's this. This is a little bit wonky to get through. I have to do it to get into there. My climbing skills have never been the greatest. I said, again, rotten at the bottom there, more broken glass. What this was an Annex possibly, that would have been your power supply. And that would be one of those, goes over a toilet frame. So I said, the people, you're led to believe that they could have possibly been elderly. This bit here is rotten as a pear. So you have to watch the beams as you're climbing through. There's a few barns about, stables at the back. Leave our friend the Hornet to his own devices and make our way out towards the caravan. And this, which looks like maybe a old kennel facility, maybe they had a dog or two. Old brickwork I'm standing on, see sort of crumbling away. And we've got a flying hoe, ain't seen one of them in years. Several gas bottles and all these little mesh things, foot pump there as well, hoses, and there's like loads of these frames. So I'm turning around and saying that the people here, before they went, whether they left and went into a home or whether unfortunately they passed away, there's Zimmer frames and things about, so they were quite old, as is certainly the property. Plug sockets and things around. You know what, we'll look down there in this where they would have kept their wood pile chopped up. And yeah, that looks like an area where a couple of dogs would have stayed years ago. Certainly don't want to find any dog remains, that's for sure. Make our way down the bottom briefly. I said it's a concrete path that goes all the way around it. Here's your old caravan. Looking through the back window. I did go in there to take photographs, but it is a bit tight in there, guys. I did lift that up to show the sink, and it's certainly seen better days. Not a lot to it. Again, that sort of 60s, 70s vibe. But why does every single window have to be smashed? Is it a competition? As I make our way down, I'm not going to look in all of these. When I took the photographs, I noticed that there was a lawnmower in this first one, so we'll go as far as that. And there we have petrol lawnmower. You can probably hear more than see at the bottom of this little valley area where it slopes off. There's a brook and a river street up into the woods, and go and find some significant other things which will lead you to where this place is. One final look, we'll probably never come here again.